Hello. So we have Senator Róisin Garvey. I think she says she was 42-year-old single mother. And she looks in a very, very distressed state, rubbing her head and very erratic behaviour from a senator who gives a very short speech, 2 minutes 35. She refers to Bunrock na Hern being outdated, that it was written 100 years ago. This is coming from a senator who is bound by the Constitution. Bunrock na Hern was written 86 and enacted. It was adopted by the people on the 1st of July 1937, which was 86 years ago, and adopted and enacted by the people on the 29th of December 1937. 86 years ago passed there just on the 29th of December. Not 100 years ago. Not 100 years ago. And it's not outdated. She is that illiterate in constitutional law. I would call it constitutional incontinence. That she failed to read out really anything on the legislation. It's insulting to gay men and all that. Yes, well, maybe so. But it's natural law. It's natural law. And I'm a 44-year-old single father with a 17-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl. And I've been rearing them this past 10 years by myself. I am not their carer. I am their father. And I do that unconditionally. That's called unconditional love. And it's not a duty to me to have a warm house for them when they come home from school on a day like that when there's sleet and the wind blowing the head of you, and they come in through the door to a nice warm house and a bit of food, a bit of warm food and a bit of love. How are you today? Did you have a good day at school? Carers are not compelled to ask those questions. The word woman and female are within the Holy Bible. Is this woman here looking to eradicate Irish men and Irish women from the proclamation, the founding document of the state, of why she's standing there in her job today? This is a woman, and she's saying, oh, it's great. I've so many people reaching out to me. I've so many people reaching out to me looking to come out campaigning to get the yes vote. Good luck with that one. While rubbing her head in complete anguish and dismay, and then hitting out at people like myself, saying that we're spreading misinformation. I'm quoting the law, love. I'm quoting the law. I'm reading from Bunrock na Hern, the original script and orthography, 1937 Constitution. I'm also reading from Fundamental Rights in the Irish Law and the Constitution by J.M. Kelly, first edition, 1961. And he writes on the front page, to my parents, being his mother and father, obviously. And I have a second edition here, Fundamental Rights in the Irish Law and the Constitution. You see two different definitions there. Fundamental rights in the Irish law. You see, fundamental rights are antecedent and superior to all positive law, all man-made laws and statutes. Politicians are temporary. If you change this in the Constitution, it's permanent, in accordance with law. What you're actually doing is taking the word woman and family and debasing it Look up that word debasing. Okay? And then look up the meanings in underneath, similar meanings in underneath, and the list of similar meanings in underneath. What we are doing here is voting to debase the woman and her life. She is protected within the Constitution. They are looking to put in words like, the state therefore the state therefore strives to protect. Whereas the original writing, if you read the full article, Article 41 of the Constitution, that is family. Just don't be so particular with Article 41.1 and Article 41.1.2. Read the whole article. 41. It's a few lines. You'll read it in a few minutes. And you'll see within it how much the woman is protected. If I can get it here to my hand, I'll read it out to you. But the women within society are under attack here because without her in the home, true social order cannot be obtained. And you read Article 1, the real Article 1, which is the preamble, and it says true social order. You know what I mean? So without that woman, that true social order in the preamble cannot be obtained. Any attack on natural law, which is eternal, spiritual law for all natural things, right? It is eternal law, meaning eternity, and within the preamble, it would say, in the name of the most holy Trinity, from whom is all authority and to whom our final end, all actions of both men and states, being this woman standing here and any other state outside of our state, states, not state, states. We, the people of Ur, humbly acknowledging all our obligations to our divine Lord Jesus Christ, who sustained our fathers through centuries of trial and unremitting struggle to regain the rightful independence of our nation, seeking to promote the common good through due observance, prudence, justice, and charity, so that the dignity and the freedom of the individual may be assured, true social order attained, and concord established with other nations, to hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves a constitution. This constitution, Bunrock na Hern, the primary law of and belonging to Ur, the law of the land. It's superior. It's constitutional law. Therefore, it depends where the Constitution is a piece of paper or the rule of law. You know? Marbury versus Madison, 1803, Cranch 174. US Supreme Court ruling on constitutional law, on judicial review and judicial determination. Ruled that the Constitution is not just a piece of paper, it is the law of the land. It is the law of the land. And that land you stand on is Ur. Ireland is limited. Ireland is an incorporated body of it. The government of Ireland. We are the Irish Republic. As declared, proclaimed, declared and adopted and enacted by the people. And it is a phenomenal document. Article 40 to 44 of the Constitution is your fundamental rights, people. And they are antecedent and superior to all positive law, all man-made statutes, but they can be changed via referendum in accordance with law. So if this woman's argument here, I'm only after, like, I'm an ordinary single parent, and I'm only after putting up a better argument than this woman who's paid an absolute fortune to stand in the Seanad in the upper house in Dáil. The Oireachtas. And they're discussing the 39th Amendment of the Irish Constitution. The words woman, and family, and her life within the home, and duties. They want to change it to durable relationships, marriage and other durable relationships. You're debasing, you're delimiting, you're making it less than. How can making anything less than be good for society? How can it? You're voting to give away rights here, people. There is not one government in the world, in the history of the world, that has ever changed the Constitution to benefit the people. It's always financially beneficial for them to further agendas of whatever it may be at that particular time. We'll have a listen to this woman. Now watch her erratic behaviour for a woman who thinks she's winning. Now, you can go over onto our channel here on YouTube, and it's Bunrock na her 1937, and we've been doing a lot of videos regarding this, and solely this, and you can go into the comments, and you can see the likes, and you compare them to the likes to what she gets here on a government site, and you look at the comments, and they are resounding no. The government has a battle on here. Why? Because they're coming after the Irish mammy. And the Irish mammy is enshrined in everybody's heads. And the mummies is off limits. So we'll listen to this lady.
Look, I just want to say that it is great that we are having this happening, because any young person I'm speaking to is amazed there's even a debate about it. They can't even believe this archaic wording is being challenged in any shape or form, and delighted to hear it. And they're all coming to me saying, we want to canvass with you and get involved in this referendum canvass, which is interesting. And I suppose I find it really disturbing that some people who have no idea what they're talking about feel that they can have an opinion on this. I suppose as a single parent myself, I feel kind of deeply offended by people who think that a family, and in this archaic definition, a family is solely based on marriage. I try not to get upset, but that is a personal insult to me, a personal insult to 42% of the children born in Ireland, a personal insult to my son, a personal insult to any gay couple who want to have kids. And it's just disgusting. It disgusts me that people in this house or anywhere else are now using this as some kind of a populist
I just have to butt in here. Now, do you see what I mean here? This is a senator, and she's really going overboard with the dramatics here. It's like it's making her skin crawl. It stood the test of time for 86 years. So it has. It stood the test of time for 86 years. You know? For that reason, and there is Supreme Court rulings on the protection of the natural law, which is enshrined, that no statutory bodies can impede upon it. Only in times of emergency, they say. But you have habeas corpus and whatnot, you know. But just the way this woman's going on here. I'm not a carer. I am a father, a single father. And I'm from Ulster, okay? So I don't get a vote in this. But I know what the significance of it is. And I'm trying to get other people to see the significance of it too. This is not about gender equality or anything like that. A woman has the right to stay at home if she so chooses. They're trying to say here that this ties women in all duties. Look up the word duty, right? Look up the word duty. And then go into similar meanings. And it says cures. It also says respect. You know? So, it's all in the wording and what these people are trying to do. It's not about the woman. Yes, it ultimately is about the woman. It's about the destruction of the natural order of society and the family unit, the woman within the home. Without her life within the home, true social order cannot be obtained. Therefore, the state guarantees to endeavour within its laws and constitution to protect her life within the home. That she is not bound by economic necessity. That she has to go out and work to feed her wains and you know. So what about doing that as a single mother as well? But I don't get a vote in this. Right? I don't get a vote in this here. But I'll tell you this here through what I've learned over the past 20 years. That once the 26 counties, Republic of Ireland, vote on this, on a referendum, and we're blocked out on the state era. You know what I mean? The name of the state is era. And we are blocked out from voting on this here in a national referendum to change it in accordance with law. Okay, but I'll get back to this here. When it is changed constitutionally in the South, that gives Westminster the authority to legislate it up here in Ulster, in Northern Ireland, so to speak. Like they did with the abortion legislation. We didn't even get a vote on that. It was just rammed down our throats, and now it is the most liberal abortion legislation in Western Europe. Why? Because it was constitutionally changed in the South. So that gave Westminster, the third Dáil, the organs to legislate and push it up here with impunity. And they'll keep doing it. So if you remove mothers and all down there from the Constitution, the word mother, how is this woman reacting the way she is, saying it's insulting to her son? I have a 17-year-old son in there, and he's an absolute gentleman. And he would, I'm telling you now, if there was anybody said anything to a woman or anything like that, he would be straight into their defence. Straight away, so he would. Why? Because he understands that women are a special people now. A very special people. Every one of us have mothers. She's a mother. She's only after admitting it out of her mouth. But all this here's all disgusting till it makes her skin crawl. While she stands in the Shannon on probably a 6-figure sum salary. As a single mother at 42 years of age. So she's not, as Breed Smith put it, barefoot, pregnant and chained to the kitchen sink. She has the right to go out and work. So they are spinning you mistruths. They are coercing you, right? It is through coercive means and manipulative means and dramatic means like you're seeing here now in a 2-minute 35 speech, and I spent 20 minutes and and I've done better than this senator. It says a lot for the state of this country.
Stupid debate. Let's debate intelligently on intelligent things. This is a waste of time. This is derailing something that has to be done. But look, Nairn was written 100 years ago. So it's perfectly normal that we would change wording to keep up with the times. Why are...
Bunrock Nairn was written 100 years ago. That shows you how out of touch. So the other day there, when Roderick O'Gorman was talking about it, he was referencing Article 42. Article 42 is not up for referenda. Article 42 is education. Okay? Article 41.1 and Article 41.2 of the Constitution is up for referenda, and the 39th and 40th Amendment. So these is the people that are pushing it, right? But fail on the halls of government to cite the correct legislation or the correct provisions in the Constitution, the correct articles. Eamon Ryan referenced in a TikTok video on his page, Eamon Ryan's TikTok, vote yes. We must protect, or whatever, something, Article 39. Article 39 is treason. A fraudulent slip of the tongue. You'll probably turn around and say meant the 39th Amendment. Well, you're paid big money to get this right. So I don't accept that. And I'm sure a lot of other people wouldn't accept it either. Yes, treason. What you're doing would amount to treason because it is an attack on national life.
My son is 24. He's like, why are we even being asked? It's so ridiculous. Are they saying that we're not a family man? You know what I mean? This is one of the most stupid things I've heard opposition come up. I've heard opposition to. I had a neighbour who was a single dad. He reared these 2 kids on his own. Were they not a family? Like, I don't know why anybody thinks that this is even something that there's a proper debate on. Now, we have to have...
I'm a family. I don't need a book to tell me where I'm a family. I have a family. A family isn't just your immediate family, what you have under your house. You see, your family is your mother, my mother, grandmother, grandfather, uncles, aunties, cousins. That's family. That's family. So, yes, you do have a family. You'd be great and silly if you'd let somebody tell you if you didn't have a family. I have a family. I'm a single parent family. But I still have a family. I am classed as a family. I class myself as a family. You know what I mean? We're spending 30 million or more on this referenda to remove the word mother, while we have people freezing and jumping into the Liffey because they just couldn't take no more of the cold the other night on the streets of Dublin. You know, and we're spending 30 million on this draconian, godless legislation to appease a minority, and none of them can cite any of the legislation correctly. It's a disgrace.
Proper, we have to have a yes and no, and we have to have proper debate, but I'm just saying to people, listen to the young, listen to me as a single mother, listen to my son, listen to my friend, my single dad fathers. I have several friends who are fathers who raise kids of their own. I have several gay couple friends who want to have kids. Are we saying to all those people that they're not a family? It is so backward, it is so archaic, it disgusts me that we have public representatives speaking against this. We should all be unified in this, and I would urge you all on the 8th of March to come out and vote yes.
Everybody has the freedom of conscience. That is an inalienable right as well. Freedom of conscience to choose to go with something or not to go with something. freedom of conscience, freedom of thought. You know? So, everybody has the right to their opinion, and the same as you have the right to your opinion to voice it. But to try and tell people that everybody should be behind this here is forceful means, and it's undemocratic. In a democratic society built with democratic principles, a sovereign, independent, democratic state with democratic principles and fundamental rights enshrined in Articles 40 to 44 of the Constitution.
And vote yes, loud and clear, as we have in previous referendums, that finally see this country moving into a place that is in 2024 and not back in the dark ages.
Dystopia, 1984.
But